morning and good afternoon to viewers from all walks of life. This is Dezomus, and you're welcome to the channel of truth, enlightenment, freedom, and the channel of breaking empaths free. If you are new on this channel, I talk about narcissism and narcissistic abuse. I talk about spirituality, and I talk about personal and self-development. And if any of that resonates with you, I invite you guys to join us, give us a like, share the video with friends, and you may subscribe if you haven't already. And for those that have always been with us, you are welcome back. And I thank you for your love and support. In the life that we live, everybody has got so many different kinds of problems. A lot of us have got trauma, so many problems, maybe even sometimes we've got out of unhealed wounds. Although there is some of us, we don't normally want to, especially when talking about people like empaths, we don't normally want to project our own issues and problems onto other people. So when you know that you're dealing with something, you want to make sure that you do everything in your power to make sure that you put yourself together. You find a way. You always find a way to put yourself together. It's the reason why you see a lot of times when you're talking about super empaths, those guys, they will always fall down. They'll pick up the pieces, get back up, keep on going. So they always pick up themselves anytime they fall. But you see, when you're dealing with a narcissist does not know how to pick themselves up. So for them, normally when they fall, it is easier for them to get all their garbage, all their trash, and dump it onto other individuals. In this case, I'm talking about the empaths. So a lot of times you may see that you're involved with a narcissist. You know, things are going well. You have a nice job. You're happy with your job. You know, you have a nice maybe family. Maybe you're living in a good crib. You have a beautiful car. Everything is going okay. Well, of course, you're dealing with some other situation, personal situations, issues. But at the same time, you're not willing to dump those issues and those problems onto other people. A narcissist, when you're involved with a narcissist, you will usually meet a lot of those narcissists with so much garbage. They will be in debt, credit card loans, credit card debt I'm talking about. They'll be bankrupt. Most of the times they'll be jobless. Most case scenarios, they're going to be homeless. Even sometimes, other case scenarios, you're going to find them with different types of health issues. The very moment you engage with a narcissist and you sleep with them, all of a sudden they're going to start glowing. They're glowing, you know, they're radiant. You know, they're looking beautiful, they're looking handsome. All of a sudden they have gotten a new job. Even sometimes if they're working, they've started getting promotions. You're going to see a lot of beautiful things happen to the narcissist. Now, I can guarantee you guys, that is not a coincidence. There is something happening spiritually that you do not even understand. When you sleep with a narcissist, you're entering into a spiritual agreement with that individual. So you are entering into an agreement to sleep with their spirit, because I've told you guys, these particular individuals, they are embodying so many different kinds of dark energy and dark spirits. So when you sleep with these kind of individuals, you're allowing your energy and yourself, physically and spiritually and emotionally, to take on their trauma. Now there's a very big energy exchange that is going to start to happen between the two of you. So when you sleep with them, you will usually pour into them. And on the other hand, those narcissists, they are going to give you their dark energy. So most of the times, the energy that you're picking up from the narcissist, especially when you sleep with them, is a very dark energy. It's the reason as to why a lot of you guys, you will see things have been going well, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden, you met this individual, maybe that time you don't know that he's a narcissist. So you met this person, you're sleeping with them. In a few months, you lose your job. In a few months, you're demoted. In a few months, you've been sacked from your work. In a few months, you've lost your house. Most kind of scenarios, you've lost your health. Now, these things are not happening by coincidence. You have got to understand that you're engaging with a very dark soul. You're sleeping with somebody that has got a lot of unhealed trauma and unhealed wounds. I've told you guys, all these narcissists, you see them like that. A lot of these narcissists, they have got a lot of unhealed wounds. So there's a lot of things that happen in them spiritually, emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially, in whichever shape or form. A lot of them, they are embodying a very, very dark energy. And most of the times, what they do, they need somebody who is going to help them to heal. So a lot of narcissists, they are traveling around and they are walking through life with so many, and I'm talking about a lot of unhealed wounds, and they're carrying around a lot of unhealed trauma. So you are sexually allowing yourself to engage with them sexually, and now you're carrying that trauma with you. The very moment you finish, that's the reason why you see a lot of times when you've slept with a narcissist, you have got that moment whereby at the end of the sexual act or something like that, you're thinking that, should I really have slept with this kind of individual? Because at the end of the day, you're feeling like you've slept with an empty vessel. You know what I mean? You've just slept with an empty. It's like a brick. It's like a robot. You know what I mean? Sometimes, most case scenarios, you're regretting the reason as to why you've slept with those individuals, because you have felt that you've not got that emotional connection and bondage with those kind of individuals. But on the other hand, those individuals, you've actually just fueled them in a way that you've never seen before, in a way that you cannot even imagine. They do not call these individuals energy vampires for nothing. They call these individuals energy vampires for a reason. Those individuals, they are sucking all your energy out of you. You are a fuel source for these individuals. And the biggest way they can actually siphon and take that energy from you and the fuel from you normally is through sex. There can be other ways, financially, emotionally, whatever. But the biggest one they have, they use the sexual act to siphon your energy out of you. So it's the reason why you're feeling regretful, and all of a sudden you're seeing everything is going downhill. Things are not going well for you. You started falling sick. You started losing businesses. You started getting emotions. You have lost even the courage to live, to move on with your life the way it has always been before you met those kind of individuals. You have got to be careful, ladies and gentlemen. I know that most of us were falling into these traps of narcissists, but me personally, in those days, I was not really sure what was going on. You know what I mean? You're involved with a certain individual. You're putting in the work. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. You are putting in the work. You're working double. Maybe even sometimes you're working triple. You are putting in all the work you want, all the work you can, all the energy, all the effort you can imagine, you can do to make sure that you keep on this relationship going. But at the end of the day, you're realizing that no matter how much you do, no matter how much you invest in these individuals, it is never enough. And most of the times, they are draining you emotionally, they are draining you physically, they are draining you financially, economically, they are draining you spiritually. These individuals, the energy vampires, they call them energy vampires for a reason. They are empty vessels. So these individuals are empty souls. When you're sleeping with an empty soul, I can guarantee you, you're going to hand over your energy to those individuals. Most of the times, even you don't even know it. And when I'm talking about this, I'm not really talking about you really have to sleep with them. So sometimes you can find these narcissists, maybe sometimes they're your relatives. They could be your relatives, they could be your parents, they could be your friends, the people like that. Anytime you engage and you get close to these individuals, they are carrying with them a very dark energy. That dark energy cannot allow you to prosper. It does not matter how much energy you put into yourself, how much work you put into yourself, you are going to notice you are always in the same place. Most of the times, you're even going downhill. Your health, finances, and everything is going downhill. There is nothing that is working for you. You're losing everything. A lot of you guys have seen these Hollywood stars, these famous celebrities and everything. The very moment they get engaged with a certain toxic individuals and certain people like narcissists, sociopaths, and whatever, those kind of guys in the Hollywood industry, in the film industry, music industry, art industry, you're going to realize those individuals, they're starting to lose millions. We're talking about millions of dollars just because of they have engaged with a very false and a very toxic individual. Those individuals, they are toxic and they carry a very dark soul and a very dark energy within them. So you best believe that when you're sleeping with those individuals, you're going to lose everything. Have you noticed, or rather better yet, have you asked yourself a question as to why have you started prospering and why have you started growing and evolving the very moment you eliminated and took certain individuals out of your life? Have you asked yourself a question as to why is eventually the life going your way? what is happening is that you have taken your energy back. You have taken your power back. You're now starting to accumulate. You're getting your energy back because now you're realizing that you're starting to think authentically, do things authentically, organically, do things the way it should be done. And there's no energy vampire on your side. It's the reason why you see now a lot of times things are picking up. All of a sudden you're starting to glow, you're starting to get energy back, you know, you're doing one or two things, you're starting to move towards a positive direction. Your life is elevating to a certain degree because there are certain individuals you have eliminated out of your life. Those individuals on the other side, you are dealing with the narcissist. And those individuals, they were taking everything from you. So my appeal in this video is that, ladies and gentlemen, when talking about those things of sex and sleeping with those kind of guys like that, if you see, you always have to make sure that you look for the red flags. Make sure that when you're dating people, always try to pick out the red flags. A lot of people have got a lot of things to hide, and a lot of people, they're only finding other individuals who are going to help them to heal. So there are people who have not healed. They have got a lot of dark things going on in their life. They've got a lot of trauma embodied within their energy. And those individuals, they only need somebody who is going to help them to heal. But on the other hand, when you're helping them to heal, they are draining you because they have not put in the work to heal. So what they do now, they are draining you and taking all your energy out of you. Do the homework, guys. Do the research. You see the red flags. Do not ignore those red flags. You have got to know it is your intuition speaking to you that those individuals you are trying to engage or you're trying to meet in that time, those individuals, they have got something that you do not see. There is something, a spiritual side of them that you cannot see with the physical eyes. So your intuition is telling you that you have got to let them go, just release them. It's the reason why sometimes you see when you're dealing with this narcissist in the beginning, normally in those early stages, in the first 2-3 months, you will usually start to doubt this relationship. You'll be thinking that, am I really ready for this kind of person? You know what I mean? You're trying to think. It feels like your intuition is telling you that there is something wrong with these individuals. It's just like you cannot put a finger what it is, but you have got that thing in you. That gut instinct is telling you that there is something wrong with these individuals. Maybe it is time for you to let them go. Most of the cases, a lot of empaths around the world, you have refused to let those individuals go at an early age. Many years down the road, you have realized that you should have let these individuals go initially in the beginning stage of this. The very moment you started sniffing out these red flags, it is the very moment you should have let these individuals go. But you've ignored your intuition and you've carried on with those situationships. And at the end of the day, you've lost everything. You've just been engaged, dealing and sleeping with an energy vampire. And those individuals, they have taken everything from you. People lose homes, people lose health, people lose houses, people lose cars, people go into credit, debts. When talking about this narcissist, let me tell you something. Those individuals, they will take everything from you. And when they ever realize that there's nothing left to offer, those individuals are going to leave you where you are, and they're going to run off to the next victim, the next victim like you never even mattered. Most of the times, when you leave these kind of people, when you leave these individuals, you get yourself out of their energy and their lives. You're going to see those individuals that are going to start losing everything. The reason why they're losing everything is because they have now been living off borrowed energy. That energy has not been belonging to them. It never belonged to them in the first place. It's the reason why you see when you leave the narcissist, they are going to start crumbling down. They are going to fall face flat on the ground. Because everything, your energy, they've ever stolen from you is going to gravitate back towards you, and they're going to be left with nothing. Because those individuals initially, you have made them initially an empty soul. So they're going to go back and return to the zombies that they have been. It is the reason why you see most of the times the narcissists, they are very, very much interested in finding a new supply before that relationship ends. So they have to find somebody new very, very quickly. So they have got to, for them, it's like they call these people a new supply, because those people, they are a new fuel source. So they have found a new fresh and fuel source that they're going to use for their own validation and their own benefits. It's the reason why they call those individuals a new supply. But should that new supply not exist, and those individuals are going to be left alone in their rooms, those individuals are going to crumble down. They are going to fall face flat on the ground, and they are going to lose everything that they've ever taken from you. So ladies and gentlemen, stay woke. Remember that when you've seen it, let it go. If you have sniffed that there is a problem with this individual, there is something you don't understand, there is something that's not adding up, it is that intuition speaking to you, you have got to let them go. Don't let those individuals continue sleeping with them, and do not let them in your bed. Let those individuals go, because you are going to sleep with an empty soul. And before you know it, guys, it's going to be very bad with you. So let me know what you think about this video, guys, in the comment section below. You always know that I love and appreciate support. I'm here for your support. I'm here to help you. If you're dealing with narcissism, whether it's narcissism, whether it's spirituality, and all this kind of spiritual development and growth. So you may always book a session with me if you want to. Donate and support my channel if you want to. And until then, I'll catch you guys in my next one. There's almost signing out. Much love and blessings.